Hello and merry meet, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. The moon is absolutely beautiful. We will have our Virgo full moon on the 18th, and I'm trying to look for the time. I didn't write the time down. And this is called our worm moon. It's the worm full moon, and this is the time when the worms are coming up from the ground, meaning that spring is here. Spring is coming. So this will be in the astrological sign of Virgo, and Virgo is our virgin. She's like the maiden, except that she doesn't play. She knows that work has to be done. She expects it done in a certain way as well. Now, the new moon was the beginning of the month, and all of our new moons this year will be at the beginning, and our full moons will be at the end, which, works beautifully, and it reminds us of the cycles that we have on our earth. And when we are really working on the connection with Mother Earth, we can really tap into a lot of the changes that are going on in the energy. And Virgo is an earth sign. And with this placement, we're really looking at our foundation and really making sure that it's a strong one and it's secure and stable. So the new moons at the beginning of the month is right on time, because new moons are new beginnings, right? And then we have our full moons, and that's the culmination. That's the heighten of the energy. So, these energies are being fully supported, and I think that's really important to note, that these energies, be it the moon or Venus and Mars, they're really being supported at this time. And as we have seen this month unfold, we are seeing more and more confusion set in. And March is really famous for March Madness. And it doesn't relate to astrology, but it is. And beware the Ides of March. That's what I hear. When I think about March, I think about Julius Caesar and how he was warned of being assassinated. He had a soothsayer, is what they called them, which is, a mystic who could see or foretell the future. He was warned by this soothsayer, and he was warned by his wife and then the weather, but, he didn't listen. He went out and addressed the people anyway, and he knew that it could mean his death. And it gets me thinking about what is unfolding, not just in the United States, but on our planet in general. We have to think, did he go out and address the people because he was devoted to the people? Or did he not believe it? No, they would not do that to me. We have to see that. We have to find the truth in that. And with this full moon in Virgo, it is some of truth, because there's a feeling of a revelation here, because we are soon having the spring equinox on the 20th. And that is when the sun that is in Pisces now will be moving into Aries, and that will ignite the energy. So, in seeing everything that's happening and what's going on, we have to really think about all of these different scenarios of these myths about the month and the different sayings and wondering if we are even prepared for the truth, right? So I feel that there's going to be some revealing revelations that will really bring us truth. And truth is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. So, that one simple act of that group of men that assassinated Julius Caesar, that changed Roman history. I mean, completely changed it. So we have to think about, we are here just a few days away from the equinox, the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. This is a change. We have our warm months and we have our cool months, and this is definitely a shift, going into one area, one place to another. So the sun that's in Pisces and the moon in Virgo, this can be a very emotional time. Pisces does tap into our emotions, and Virgo is the earth, and it's healing. So there could be, as this energy is building, there could be a lot of emotions that you are feeling at this time. And, it's really good to let those emotions out, safely. And really deal with them and allow them, just go through it and get over it. And I don't mean to say that so bluntly, but, because getting over things is not a certain time, it's a process, but it's one that we need to keep going down and not get stuck. Virgo also, it wants us to look at our health. How are we caring for ourselves? Are we eating right? Are we, this could be a lot of things. This could go into our relationships. Because, we do have Venus and Mars that are heavily involved with this full moon. And, this could really touch on some, just real big revelations about some relationships, about those ending. Because this is definitely, it's a time of an ending and a new beginning. So every time you say this is, a shift, you're going into a different energy, understand that in order to be able to fully walk through those doors, there's going to have to be some stuff left behind. So Virgo gives us the tools. It gives us, okay, well, if this is what you want to do, okay, let's get it done. So Virgo is about our physical health, and Pisces is about our spiritual health. And we're going to, there needs to be a balance there. That is one thing that, excuse me, that is one thing that I've noticed is that, you know, people don't, they'll get involved with their, with doing stuff within their spirituality, they'll get involved, they'll learn and stuff, and then they'll just start backing off because it's getting too hard. It's one excuse after another. And I can say this because I've done this. I am not without fault in this. So then we just start backing away because we allow different things to get in to block us from what we want. Because you see, it's not easy coming out of those comfort zones and those nice, beautiful ruts that we love to sit in because we're comfortable. We are creatures of comfort, and that's how humans are. But we have to understand that, there's challenges there for us. The one thing that is constant in our world is change. And we have to understand that if we are going to work within that energy and to be energy workers, to learn how to flow and work with the laws of this world in order to do that, well, we're going to have to be conscious. We're going to have to be mindful. We're going to have to focus. And this is Virgo here. Virgo saying focus. You can't stay completely in dream world. Utopia is a place that we all want to be. And we, we want complete happiness and, the whole 9 yards, right? But we have to understand that, we can't live in la la land. We have to ground ourselves back in our physicalness because we are in a physical body. We're here in a physical body. We're spiritual beings, but we're having this human experience. And this human experience is one of amazement. So, this is an energy of, it's like order opposing disorder here. And it's like creation. As we're having this full moon and then we're going into Aries, this is like the Dagda energy, the creation energy, Thesis, Brahma, all the creation gods. This is like that energy that's coming out because we have Mars and Venus have been walking hand in hand through the signs. And he supported her greatly. Mars was strong in Capricorn. And, Venus did a lot of work there about, a lot of peeling away. And when she was retrograde, she was really looking at her base. What is her base? What is her foundation? Does this really work for me? Is this wasting my time? Learning to let go of and to release things that are just draining, that just aren't good for you anymore. And, he caught up with her and he held her hand through this. Now, normally people would say, oh, Mars and Venus and Capricorn, that's rough. Not always. Not always, because these are our divine lovers and they are the companions. And he is being a partner to her. He's not carrying her, but he's holding her hand and being her support and lending him the energy that she lost. And as they moved into Pisces, this was just this burst of energy that it was a change, because it got out of that heaviness a little bit. When you're in water, you can float. So when they're moving into Pisces, it's kind of like that float feeling. Now, each one of them will be squaring Uranus. And it'll be Venus first, and then it'll be Mars. And this is really going to be about shaking. Now, Uranus is in Taurus, and he'll be in Taurus until, I think, 2026, 2025. I can't remember. But he's usually in a sign for 7 years. And when he is in that sign, he is, tearing down the house and digging up the yard. He is this lightning bolt that comes down and strikes you. And it can be traumatic. It can be very chaotic. Uranus can turn everything upside down. Look how active Uranus has been in our astrology for the past few years. And I mean, Uranus is the shock and awe, right? It's shock. It's these changes that are made suddenly. It's suddenly something happens. And then Taurus. Well, Taurus excuse me, is an earth sign, and its planet is Venus. So this is about love, relationships, but it's also about food. It's about how you produce. It is about money. I mean, look at everything that's happening right now. We're having a lot of planetary things that are happening. We just had an earthquake in Japan. We're having all of these different natural disasters happening. So this is Uranus shaking the earth. It's shaking. So these two lovers meeting up with Uranus, this is change. This is radical change. And this is so perfect because if I did not bring my other notes out, if I believe this, if I remember right, I believe it's Venus, and then we have Venus squares Uranus, and then we have the spring equinox, and then Mars will square Uranus. And what this is really meaning is because the spring equinox is a time when the goddess and the god are equal. This is when day and night are equal. Okay? Equinox, equal. So when Mars and Venus have been doing all this work together, and they're like, they're tight now. They've done some work together. They have worked it out. They are strong together. And boom, here we are on the spring equinox. This is phenomenal. This is really, this is like, you know, with Mars and the sun moving in Aries, this is like, you know, we are igniting, initiating. We are stepping up. And I really feel that, you know, when Pisces, when we were planting our seeds, I know that many of us were planting seeds for peace, for people's safety, for all of the good stuff, all the wars to end. There's a lot of us that really are planting seeds for, you know, the betterment, the highest good of the world. And now we have this full moon, and Virgo's like, what are you doing to help? We can't, you know, we can do our prayers, we can do our rituals and spell work and affirmations and so forth. But if you don't put any action behind that, then you're not going to get anywhere. You know, the way that this universe works, the way that you know, this energy works here on Earth, it's give and take. So this energy is going to meet you halfway. You have to, if you want a new job, well, you just can't sit there and wait for a job to pop up. You have to put that energy out there. You have to put your resume out there. You have to apply at a few places. You have to get that energy going. If you want, you know, if you want a cheeseburger, well, you're going to have to make it, you know? So, give and take, give and take. This is a very powerful moon, and I feel that it's going to be one, it's reminding us, you know, and this is one thing that we really need to remember, is who we are. Is who we are. You know, we don't have this life to come here and be a slave for stuff. We come here to do what Uranus wants us to do, to rebel against the old established ways, to rebel against the what is harming, what is hurting, what is just not working anymore. And I'm walking out here to stand in the moon. She's so pretty. Tonight I'm gonna try to get her. There we go. Look at that. So, yeah, I'm really feeling her energy, and I'm really feeling Mother. And you know, I will say that I am a tree hugger, and I encourage you all to go hug a tree. That will help you too. To, you know, experience life. You know, Mars and Venus, and they're saying it's time to go. It's time to change. It's time to step up. It's time to make things better. And let's work together. They want to preserve each other. They want to protect each other. They want the highest good for one another. They're coming together and they are really doing some of that hard work that needed to be done between the masculine and the feminine energy. We have, we are in the beginning of this new age, this shifting of energy. We are leaving the patriarch energy because that's what Pisces, monotheistic, and that I don't get over how how this individuality has been lost in our world. And Aquarius is all about that uniqueness, that inventiveness. And as the sun goes, into Aries, it's really going to drive us into into our individuality and into our purpose. I keep hearing people say all the time that people just don't want to work anymore. People just don't want to work. And then I've started realizing it, how many people have their own businesses now. How many people, through this madness that we've had the past couple years, that, there's been many people who have lost their jobs because of the shutdowns and all of that. And they've had to figure out how to bring money into the home, because money is our energy. It's how we trade for goods nowadays. And they've had to learn how to earn money differently. And that is Uranus and Taurus. That is Uranus and Taurus. It's learning how to, how to change the way you make money, how to open your mind up to be, you have to go with, that's going against the regular, the established. And that's what many have had to do. They've started their own businesses. They have, so many influencers. And, and I say that, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that in a beautiful way. In a beautiful way, because they're happy. They get to do the things that they want to do. They get to be with their children, their families, and they take these trips. Wonderful. Some of them do. I mean, I know having your own business is hard. A lot of people, work their butts off, but that's your business. That's yours. And there's so many people that are doing this. There's so many people that are realizing that, driving to work, having to get into that rat race on the interstates and roads, that's just not worth it. Some people commute an hour one way to work. So a total of 2 hours a day for commuting to work. And people are beginning to realize that, why am I going to put myself out so much for a company that would replace me an hour after I passed? And I've had it happen. I mean, you get these jobs and you work with people, and I'm sorry about moving the camera. Sorry guys, there was a bug and I'm trying to get it. Sorry. And I've done that. I've worked my butt off. I mean, for a job that did replace me in a matter of just, wow, So we have to really be careful. We have to, what is important to you? Well, relationships. Relationships are very important. It is time that we come out of Pisces and come out into um, our little cave and not yeah our water bubble, so to speak, to come out of that and come into the earth. It is time to get with those like-minded people, to these ideas that you've had, these dreams that you've been having. It's time to get with those that are like-minded and make these things happen. You know, it is time. It is time. We are, yes, things are chaotic, but this is the beginning of change. This is a shift. Chaos, this is a shift. You know, it's kind of like, and yeah, I know it's been crazy. This energy, it feels like, it feels crazy. It just like, where am I at again? What is it? The Twilight Zone. Y'all know that song, Am I Stepping into the Twilight Zone? That's what I hear a lot. That is a song that has really been echoing in my head because of this energy that's going on. And, you know, it is remarkable how things are just syncing up. Now, there is a Sabian symbol for this, this degree. It's at 27 point, it's almost a 28. It would be round up 28, but the Sabian symbol is a bald-headed man that, oh, I'm trying to remember it. I left everything inside and just came out here and just spontaneously thought, I need to talk about this moon. I need to talk about this moon. The Sabian symbol is a bald-headed man that sieges power. I think that's it. I think that's it. So, interesting, interesting. But I am going to close for now. I will say, it's get out of, come on out, come on out. Come on out and get some fresh air. Spring is coming. The weather is, we have good days and we have bad days. On those good days, get yourself out. It's time to connect with Mother. It's time to feel the earth beneath your feet. It is time to get with your like-minded people and to make things happen. It's time. And all the work, don't forget your spiritual side, because that is what's that's what's going to help feed you and going to give you the energy to get through all of this. This moon, all moons are, full moons again are very, they pull, they can be very emotional. So watch your emotions. If you need to cry, if you're upset about something, get with yourself and figure it out. Don't take it out on other people. Get with yourself and figure this out. So it's time to take care of our vessels. It's time to listen to our bodies. listen to our soul. Yeah. It's time to do it, right? It's time to do it. So I'm going to close with that. I wish you all a bright and beautiful full moon. Enjoy this Virgo energy. Enjoy the energy of Mars and Venus and Taurus. They're working together and they're coming together and they're going to stand side by side, face to face, and they're going to rebel against the old, and they're going to pave a new path for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's a potential there. It's there. Let's do it. So, y'all have a wonderful evening. It's night. I'm here. So, I wish you all the brightest blessings and take care of yourself. Remember the unconditional love for yourself. You're not perfect. You're not meant to be perfect. You have your own unique energetic expression that you came here to express. And the only way the world benefits is if you share it. Share it with the world. Share your gifts with the world. So, merry part until we merry meet again. Goodbye.